I spent the last 3 months rebuilding my favorite game of all time, Minecraft. The thing is, I had no plan, zero experience, but I wanted to see for myself how hard it actually is. So I did what any serious developer would do. Turns out, you need a game engine, and let's just say, there were a lot of options. But I have a full-time job, so instead of doing extensive research, I did the next best thing. I guess we're using Godot? My first experience with the engine was great. I was ready to go in less than 2 minutes. What could possibly go wrong? I started watching tutorials like this one from Rockies, and honestly, it was great. I was having fun and making progress fast. Everything made sense. I thought, making a video game is actually easy. So I started a new blank project. For a while, I was stuck, unmotivated.
Several days later.
Let's just start with blocks. And so the real journey began. But this part would turn out to be one of the biggest mistakes of the entire project. I started writing some code to add blocks to my game. I slapped on a first-person controller, and suddenly I could walk, I could jump, and for a moment I felt on top of the world. This was basically a tiny version of Minecraft, right? But size does matter, so I did the obvious thing. I added more blocks, and everything started to fall apart. I couldn't understand why my game was so laggy. Meanwhile, Minecraft can run on a phone. I spent days in a very dark place, until I decided it was time to do the unthinkable. Read the documentation. It was painful and boring, but I couldn't give up on my dream.
The game award goes to...
So I started learning everything I could about performance. One block is easy to draw, but what happens when you have thousands? Right now, the CPU is making one draw call per block. That's thousands of tiny requests every frame. So instead of sending them one by one, we merge them into a single mesh. This first optimization is called patching. Now, here is something most players never think about. Most block faces are never visible, so why render them? The rule is simple. When two blocks touch, we remove the inner faces, leaving only a hollow shell. That optimization is called block face culling. But imagine the worlds keep growing. What happens when the player adds or removes blocks? If everything is one big mesh, we'd have to rebuild the entire world. Instead, we divide it. So when one area changes, only that section gets rebuilt. And that's the final optimization, chunking.
Holy shit.
And just like that, it finally worked. But let's be honest here, it looks like crap. It's time for a makeover.